President-elect Donald Trump getting the peaceful January 6th he so egregiously denied President Joe Biden. But are Democrats cowards and losers for not more forcefully pushing back against Trump and instead choosing to uphold decorum? Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graphs Grievances starts right now. For virtually all of American history, January 6th was just another day on the calendar. But that all changed forever 4 years ago when a violent mob of Donald Trump supporters attacked the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to stop the certification of Joe Biden's victory over Trump in the 2020 presidential election. Since that horrific day, the Justice Department has prosecuted almost 1,600 people in connection with the attack that injured more than 140 police officers and sent lawmakers on both sides of the aisle fleeing for their lives. And while a majority of those charged were found liable for nonviolent misdemeanor crimes, hundreds of others were convicted of serious felonies like assault and seditious conspiracy, resulting in more than 660 prison sentences, ranging from just a few days behind bars to 22 years in federal prison. But that's not all. Back in August of 2023, Trump was indicted in connection with the January 6th attack, on charges he conspired to defraud the United States by attempting to prevent the peaceful transfer of presidential power to Biden. The historic indictment from Special Counsel Jack Smith, marking the first time a former American president faced criminal charges for trying to overturn the results of a free and fair election. Yet, in accordance with Justice Department policy, saying a sit-in president cannot be charged with a crime, after Trump won the 2020 election, Smith filed a motion to dismiss all of the charges against him. Which brings us to today, where in Washington, Vice President Kamala Harris presiding over the peaceful certification of her election defeat to Trump. Unlike 4 years ago, Harris not claiming fraud and riling up her supporters to attack the Capitol in protest of her opponent's victory. Instead, Harris following the law, as upsetting and uncomfortable as it might be, and declaring that Trump won the 2024 presidential election and beat her.
The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes. This announcement of the state of the vote by the President of the Senate shall be deemed a sufficient declaration of the persons elected, President and Vice President of the United States, each for a term beginning on the 20th day of January 2025, and shall be entered together with the list of the votes on the journals of the House and the Senate. Thank you very much.
To be clear, this is how it is supposed to work. And this is how it has always worked until 2020, when Trump pressured the Justice Department, members of Congress, governors, and other elected officials across the nation to reverse his loss to Biden. Had Trump lost to Harris this past November, he undoubtedly would have once again refused to accept the result and demand his supporters attack the Capitol again, Which raises the question, are Democrats doing enough to confront Trump and the very unique threat he poses to American democracy? So far, Democrats have seemingly chosen to go along to get along with respect to a formerly criminally indicted aspiring dictator. But whatever happened to not negotiating with terrorists? And I don't want to be hyperbolic, but we have to ask ourselves if someone who inspires violence against elected officials fits that definition. And even if Trump does not, can Democrats really afford to work with him like any other Republican president? Doing so sets a very dangerous precedent that criminality and traitorous behavior is acceptable for the President of the United States. Instead of amicably certifying Trump's victory today, I believe Democrats should have challenged his ability to hold the White House based on the Constitution, which clearly states that an oath-breaking insurrectionist is ineligible to be president. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, reading, quote, "No person shall hold any office under the United States having previously taken an oath to support the Constitution, having engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof." This is precisely what Trump did in 2020 and is promising to continue to do by pardoning those who engaged in the Capitol attack. And yes, challenging Trump's ability to hold office on these grounds would be unprecedented. But we are living in unprecedented times, and Democrats apparently do not want to fight for what is right. This is not about denying election results. Trump won the Electoral College and the popular vote. But the Constitution of the United States places additional requirements on being president, including at least 35 years of age, being a natural-born citizen, and not inspiring an insurrection against America. To see no member of Congress bring this up today on the House floor is very disturbing. Who are they really fighting for? What are they really fighting for? The silence is deafening and will certainly not help Democrats win back the trust of the American people. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me tomorrow for more.